Hi, everyone. Today is Tuesday, September 20th, 2022. I'm Crystal Dawn Hill, and I'm here to share something with you and also to invite your input because I'm a little perplexed as to what I'm experiencing. So, I've been very sad over Queen Elizabeth's passing. And of course, yesterday was her funeral, and when they finally laid her to rest. And so I felt closure about it. But of course, I'm still sad, very sad for the family. And today I had to go for blood work. Nothing wrong, just routine to start off with my new doctor that I just started seeing. I hadn't been to a regular general practitioner in a very long time. So I was very happy to get a good report. But this shifted my energy. I don't think I really realized how worried I was about my health because after losing my vision, I became very sedentary and I started eating more because I didn't have anything else to do. I couldn't see well enough to really engage in, everyday activities. And I don't get out much, so I don't have any other vices. I don't smoke, I don't drink, and I'm alone. So really eating is the only way I find pleasure. So, that and social media. But anyway, when I got this wonderful report from the doctor, it put me a little bit in my ego. But what's different is I still feel very much in 5D, and I still feel all of the virtues that I acquired from being in 5D. Like, honesty, integrity, modesty, humbleness, all of that, humility. And I feel all of that, and I feel very balanced and centered. But at the same time, I feel very lofty and giddy and euphoric. And those feelings are making me feel a little bit full of myself, if that makes any sense. So I could very easily slip into being very much in my ego. But because I know the consequences of that, and because I know that it always results in a plummet of feeling very low and distorted and out of balance, I feel like for the first time I have complete control over that. But here's where it gets really interesting. I'm starting to feel very much like I did right after meeting my Divine Masculine. I feel the euphoria and, like I said, the loftiness and the giddiness. But again, I feel very balanced. Like when I first met him, my energy was off the charts. People couldn't stand to be around me because I was emitting such a powerful energy. And not many people realized that. It was just that my energy was off-putting. They couldn't really put their finger on what it was, with the exception of one friend that I saw very regularly. And she knew the whole story about him from the start. So she knew exactly what was prompting my energy to be so strong. And I feel like if I didn't have a good hold on my energy, and if I didn't know how to keep it at a moderate level, it could very easily slip into that very heightened, ecstatic level if I let it. But I feel like I have complete control over that, and I can keep it very low key, and I can still feel the feelings and have the visceral experience that the energy is triggering within me. But the difference is I still feel very grounded and down to earth. So I'm just wondering if this is something that other people in the collective have experienced, or if I'm a little bit of a forerunner and people in my wave are getting ready to experience it, or maybe are just now starting to experience it simultaneously with me, and we're just not hearing anyone talking about this yet. And the reason I'm doing a video rather than just writing a post about it is because, number one, I wanted my energy to be seen so that there would be a better, it wouldn't leave as much to people's imagination. Like, they wouldn't have to really read into my post and try to feel the energy, because instead I wanted to just put my energy right there on screen so it was visible to people, if that makes any sense. So there's another part to this. That's the part that I'm really wondering about. But there's also a part that I find really interesting and exciting, and I wanted to share that as well. So as I said, I'm feeling very much like I was right after meeting my twin when we were in the initial bubble love. And not only was my energy off the charts back then, but he was feeling a lot too. He told me so. And he even asked me if anyone had commented to me that I'm different. And when he asked me that, I knew intuitively that the only reason that he would have been prompted to ask me that is if people were saying it to him. So I think that was probably the first real piece of confirmation I got that we were truly divine partners. Of course, along the way, I've gotten a lot more validation as well. I have a list of over 100 signs that he's my divine masculine. I've not shared those openly with anyone because I really wanted that to be something that he and I shared together. And who knows, maybe one day I will, but who knows, maybe one day he'll finally come around and want to communicate with me again and participate in mission with me. But anyway, yeah, I have a long list of signs, but that was really the first. I mean, I knew intuitively already. I had prayed and meditated about it, and I got all the validation I needed from God. But that, even though that was enough for me to know who he was to me, it wasn't enough for me to feel convinced that anything was going to transpire between us in the physical world. And when he said that, that was a big indicator for me that he was aware of the connection on some level. So another thing I find really interesting about this new place that I'm in is that when I got the good report from the doctor and I felt my energy shifting into a lighter, feeling. I did recognize the feeling as being very light and carefree, and like a big heavy burden had been lifted, knowing that I don't have anything serious like diabetes or thyroid issues or anything like that, which were my two main concerns. But tonight, I'm starting to get a lot of signs and syncs again I hadn't gotten in a long time. I won't go into any of the backstory or timeline with my Divine Masculine as far as our communicating versus not communicating. Maybe I'll do a video just about that one day, maybe close to this one. But the most recent time that he pulled away was the most visceral for me as far as feeling the detachment. All the other times he pulled away, I still felt very, very connected with him and with the energetic level of the connection. But this time, I feel more autonomous, like I'm not really attached to him like I used to be. I'm still very much in love with him and care a great deal for him and his well-being and his happiness. That's never changed. That's never even wavered, even a little bit. But I don't feel that same level of connectedness with him on an energetic level. But the past few days, I've started to feel it seeping back in. And for some reason, in correlation with this new feeling that I've got, I'm noticing something really interesting. What prompted me to do this video is there was a post in my memories. Was it in my memories? No, it wasn't in my memories. It came up tonight on my newsfeed. Anyway, it was about something about Pisces, and it had Pisces symbol embedded on a picture of a globe. And that symbol resembles the letter H. It's for Pisces. And I had never knew that Pisces symbol was shaped like that. I knew about the one that's a double fish that are kind of shaped like a yin-yang, but I never knew that the letter H represented Pisces, or the shape of the H. It's not really the letter H. And a while back, my Divine Masculine had, like it was a couple years ago, my Divine Masculine had kind of branded himself as something, and I don't want to be too specific because I want to protect his identity and respect his privacy, but he had branded himself with something that involved the letter H. And I thought that was cool because the initial of my last name is H and the initial of his last name is H. And I thought that was really interesting. But what's really, the reason I'm calling it a sign is not so much the letter H, but Pisces has significance in our journey. It's not either of our birth signs, but it does have significance for us. And I thought that was really, really cool. So I wanted to go back because I had sent him. Oh, I forgot to tell you this part. Um, when he branded himself with this name that involved the letter H, I created a little logo for him and sent it to him. And he kind of shot it down, which was fine. He didn't like it, and it was no big deal. Um, but I wanted to go back and find that and have it, in my up-to-date collection of photos in case I want to make reference to it. It'll be easy for me to find. So I was going back through our conversation to find that. And I found something that he said to me that I didn't know I had in writing. It was something extremely, extremely significant that was a big, big indicator of our connection. And I've shared this with a few people, but I always thought that he said it to me verbally when we were having a video chat. I never realized I had it in writing before. And the reason that makes me so happy that I have that is because I can sit and read his exact words instead of having to rely on my memory recall of how he said it. He actually wrote it to me. And it's personal, and I don't really want to divulge exactly what it is. But it was one of those things that if somebody says it, you know they're your twin. You absolutely know that nobody could possibly say this to you unless they knew that they were your twin and they could feel and were aware of the connection. So that is what I wanted to share. I'm very happy about it and excited, and I hope I reach a point where I am able to share this openly. But for right now, I will close, and I want to thank everyone for following along my journey. I wish all of you the very best along your journey as well, and have a great day. Take care.